Hi, I'm Ellie, and it is 5 to it's 5 to 10 in the morning here in Scotland, and I've woke up and I've heard some really sad news that the absolutely amazing actor and such a funny guy, Robin Williams, has died. And I haven't really been looking at all the different media sites, the media sites, all the kind of like TMZ and kind of all the different news sites. I don't really look at them because they'll usually all say a different thing, and then you end up getting your facts mixed up. So the only thing that I really know about is that the police have came to his home and found that he's non-responsive, and then they found out that it was apparent suicide. Um, I don't know why they said apparent because I honestly can't think of anyone in this. I honestly can't imagine there would be anyone in this world that would want to hurt him. So it is very sad that he's chosen that way out, which obviously at the time was his way. See, it's very hard to talk about depression in terms of someone that you don't know and you've never met. Right? It's kind of borderline discrimination because I don't know how he felt, but I know how I feel because I suffer from depression, and I'll go into that in a minute. But sometimes it just must have been the way it just must have been like the only option he felt he had, which is very sad, very sad. And so, in light of this very sad situation, I'm going to talk to you about depression, discrimination, what it's actually like for us, because I think it's important that all of us who are confident enough to speak about it should speak about it, because then at least we can show those who do suffer in silence that they are not alone, right? And don't get me wrong, I am not very good at talking. I'm good at talking in a way that I won't shut up, right? But when it comes to actually talking about something that's personal and how I feel, it gets quite hard and it gets quite daunting. And I have been to counselling and psychotherapists, and I've seen doctors and psychologists. I've seen them all, and I've been countless times, and then I'll stop because sometimes talking about it gets too hard. But I'm kind of freak for statistics, so I haven't checked it recently, but the last time I checked it, 1 in 3 people in the UK at the very least suffer from what a form of mental health condition or another. Now that is very sad. It means that you know someone. The chances of you knowing someone or you yourself having a mental health condition is seriously high. Now I would imagine with here in the UK, with a lot of what's going on recently with like the independence referendum and like the state of our economy and just the way Westminster is treating us, I can imagine that the stress of everything as collectively as a country will be quite high. So that will be a risk factor. But then you've also got the kind of personal stuff each and every single person has to deal with every day. Maybe it's debt, maybe it's family, maybe it's addiction, maybe something has happened to them. And I think it's important that we all talk about it. And I was saying earlier on our Facebook group that I'm on, Glasgow born and raised, I said that, sorry, I'm taking my time because it's quite hard to talk about this. Depression has never, ever been anything to laugh about, and it never will be anything to laugh about, because for that person, well, for me anyway, actually, I can't really speak on behalf of other people, but for me personally, depression is like climbing a mountain. Eventually you get tired and the cracks begin to show, and I've been on nearly every medication there is, every antidepressant, nearly, and I've been on multiple doses, and do you know something, it's just not working. And to actually say that, it's quite hard, because it makes the fight even harder, and you get ashamed when the cracks begin to show, because you don't want people thinking that you are weak, because for me personally that is how it feels like when you're unable to pretend that you're okay anymore. You begin to think that you're shown how weak you are, and I can tell you right now that, see, talking to someone or crying, it's easier for me to say this, but see, in order to do it, it's 10 times harder. It's easier said than done, right? But crying, talking about it, that kind of thing, it's not a weakness, right? I've got my own struggle, but I want to, in amongst my struggle, I want to try my best to try and help you, because that would make me, not selfishly make me feel better, but it would make me feel like I've done something good, right? And I've helped you, right? So let me tell you right now that it's not a weakness, but for some people, that's what it feels like, and then sometimes that feeling gets so hard to handle. It's like you can't stand anyone seeing you being weak, and in some cases, people bury their head under the sand. They'll maybe not go out, they'll maybe stop talking to friends, they'll maybe become addicted to something, that kind of thing, just to try and compensate for that weakness. And in some other cases, talk about addiction, I swear it's a kind of monster, right? But unfortunately, in some cases, people will choose what appears to be the only way out, which is suicide. And speaking from personal experience, if you fail to commit suicide, sometimes it can be a blessing, sometimes it can be a sign, and you'll take it that way. You'll say, right, well, obviously I've got a purpose to be here. Somebody obviously doesn't want me to die. But then in some severe cases, depression and suicide, people will also take that as a bad sign and say, right, well, I can't even fucking kill myself properly, so what good is that? In which case, I think it's people who, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was younger, in my teens, I've tried to commit suicide at least 10, 15 times. I can't even remember half the times, because I was either drunk, or I've tried my best to block it out, or I was so dosed up in pills that I've actually went unconscious. And as you can tell by looking at me, I'm still here, so I failed several times. But I don't let that get to me anymore, because do you know something? Even though I'm stopping talking with the counsellor and psychologist and stuff like that, it does help. It just doesn't always help for me. So like I can talk for a wee while, and then I can't talk for a wee while, and then I can talk for a wee while, and then I'll stop talking for a wee while. But do you know who's really, really, really helped me recently? I think I'm about to start crying. It's my two best friends in the world, Jennifer and Aidan. Yeah, you got me mentioned. Anyway, they two, I don't even think they realise just how much they've helped me. So like, I get out a lot more now. I smile a lot more. I'm not always stuck in the house anymore. And I actually have fun. And I do something that I haven't done in years, which is laugh. And I'm a lot more confident in myself now, which is why I've started doing these YouTube videos. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I'll take the glasses off because I hate these glasses, right? I think they kind of cover my face up. And at times I will think that I'm ugly sometimes, but you know something? That's just a depression problem. That's not me. Because depression is like a kind of monkey in your back. Depression is someone in your voice telling you you can't do it. But I'm telling you right now, you can. You will get better. You will get better. But like anything, you've got to work at it. See, I thought for months that, right, I'll just get these tablets and then I'll feel better and then I'll just stop doing stuff and I'll be all cushy. No, it doesn't work like that. It took me a long time to realise that. I'm not going to go too much into my own personal story because this is supposed to be for genuine. I know I've spoke about myself quite a bit already, so I'm going to try and stop. But the point is that depression is not funny, and especially when you're being discriminated, that doesn't help people. Like I don't just have depression. I have something called borderline personality disorder, and I'll be honest with you, even I still don't understand it. So if any of you have any experience in or any with a psychotherapist or something, please feel free to try to educate me, because even my psychotherapist didn't make any sense to me. I even asked my community psychiatric nurse, and I still don't get it. All I know is that moods fluctuate. So see, for someone like me, it is really, really hard. So I could be your best friend. I could be really, really happy one day, and I could be a really, really nice person. And then seconds to days later, I could be someone completely different. I might be seriously depressed, not want to see you, not want to go out. I might be in your company and I won't talk, and I'll be creating this kind of atmosphere, and I won't mean it. That's the thing. I don't mean it, because like any mental health condition, it's, I think the word is serotonin levels. It's a chemical imbalance, right? That's what causes it. It's a chemical imbalance, and it's sometimes biological and sometimes it's environmental. So like, this is just hypothetical, right? You could be an 18-year-old girl or boy And you could be in a house and you've got like an alcoholic mum or an alcoholic dad, or you could be getting abused, or you might just be getting bullied at school, because that's a really, really big factor in depression. I've read up, especially in children and teenagers, and that is what I'm pretty sure we call environmental, and plus kind of probably the mental abuse of it. But you've also got the biological side, which is in here, in your brain, and it's a chemical imbalance, which affects what. I'm not a biologist, I'm not a neurologist, I'm not a psychologist. I just know enough to get by. But I hope that in this video I've highlighted some. I hope in this video I've kind of even just a tiny bit made you realise that some people really do struggle. And I think when it comes to Robin Williams, it just goes to show that in Hollywood, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And as I said, it's like climbing a mountain. It's so hard to tell people that you're okay and actually act as if you're okay, and then that actually puts more strain on you. And as I said, the cracks will begin to show, and then you'll say that as a weakness. Because imagine, I mean, it's one thing actually having a personality disorder, but having to actually create a personality disorder where there's the side of you that's perfectly okay. Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. How are you? Brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Blah blah blah. Right, to actually be upbeat and actually happy and show, like, smile for the cameras, and acting like films. And I mean, I've heard the actors like in TMZ and like the Graham Norton show and stuff like that, that acting is seriously hard. And I know that a wee bit from my own personal experience, but I'm no Hollywood actor. I used to wish I was, but nowadays I don't, because it's really not all it's cracked up to be. And it just goes to show you that actors and actresses are just as human as us, and they still feel stuff. They're not robots, right? They are human, and they feel stuff, and they're made up the same way as we are. And it just goes to show you as well that money can buy everything except life and happiness. You could have that big fancy car, you could have that big £1 million house, but will that make you happy? No. Well, it might for a while, but then it'll get to you. And also, is money going to buy you eternal life? No, it's not. Money these days, it's going to get to you, because no one is immune to depression, and no one is immune to mental health. So why do you ostracise people who have already got it? And it's just a real shame that someone so talented and someone so happy, well, who we thought we might have been happy, someone who's so funny has unfortunately killed themselves because of depression. And it really, like, it said, was it TMZ? Yeah, TMZ. It said that Robin Williams' publicist said that he had been battling depression for a long time, and it literally is that way. It's a battle. Like, for me personally, and like, I've lost custody of my son because of mental health conditions. That's as far as discrimination goes. It's actually in the system, like the social work system, the government, jobs, it's all in there, and that is why I'm fully in support of, in Scotland, I don't know about America or anywhere else, but there is a campaign called See Me, which means see the person, not the illness. And instead of helping me, they just took my son away. And so it's an everyday battle to even just stay alive. And when they said that Robin Williams was battling with depression, I couldn't have picked any better words myself, because it literally is a battle. You're having to argue with yourself every single day. Can I make it through this day? No. Can I? Is what depression say. And then you need to try your very hardest to turn around and say, yes, I can. I will get through this day. And that's what it is for people with depression. It's a day at a time. And the moods will fluctuate. And like, you might think that someone who's so boring and just not laughing and is dull, do you know something, that person might be suffering from severe depression, and it might be really, really hard for them to crack a smile. And it's not a bad thing, because I mean, that person is trying their best to spend time with you, because if it was me, like, I don't think my friends, like the friends I mentioned earlier, know this. See if I change my mind about coming up to see them, or they don't see me for a few days, or hear from me for a few days, it's not because I fell out with them. It's because I don't want my mood reflected on them. So like, I don't want to be in their company and be seriously depressing, because then it's going to make them depressed, or it's going to annoy them, and it's going to make me feel even worse. So honestly, see if someone you know, or you yourself, is sitting in the house every day and not doing anything, not going out, and not speaking to anyone, please make an effort to go see them. Or if it's you that's watching this video, please try your best to just be out there and spend time with friends. And for people who know people with depression, even just a cuddle a day, it doesn't even have to be a cuddle because they're depressed, it could be a cuddle because you miss them, it could be a cuddle because you love them, or it could just be that you want to give them a hug. Try and give them a hug, because a hug a day could save somebody's life, right? Because they're going to feel loved, and they're going to feel like you support them through this, and that's all we need. Because see, after a while, that person's going to feel a whole lot better, and then you can feel happy because you've helped them, and they'll feel happy because they know you've helped them, and they know you love them, and you love them for just who they are, not what they are. Okay, so just, even, I don't know if this part I'm about to say is naive, and if it is naive, then so be it. But if you just give someone a day, if every single person does that, then the statistic of 1 in 3 will dramatically decrease. Right? It will go to maybe 1 in 5, which will be brilliant, to maybe 1 in 10 in maybe 20 years, to maybe 1 in 15 in maybe 30 years. And then hopefully one day, depression anyway, I'd hope that it would affect other mental health conditions, because usually can come part and part. Hopefully depression would become a thing in the past. And then maybe that Hollywood dream of being an actress, an actor, director, hopefully we can bring that feeling back, because the state of suicides and deaths in Hollywood is just seriously increasing. And to end this video, remember, never ever feel like you're alone. If you feel like you're gonna, if you're having thoughts of self-harm or suicide, then please talk to someone. Even feel free to talk to me. I'm a very strong person, so even though you've seen me cry and stuff like that in this video, I am a strong person. If you know half of what I've been through these past 2 years, you see that I'm telling the truth. And that is what I believe my purpose is. I genuinely believe that. I believe that my purpose in this world is to help you lot. Right? If you ask any of my friends, I will always help you, no matter what. I will drop everything and I will help you. And if we all could just take on that kind of stance about helping people, then maybe the world would become even just a tiny bit of a better place. Because every man for himself doesn't work. So I hope that I've changed your mind just a tad. I hope that I've maybe opened your mind to what depression is. And maybe in another video at another time, I won't bore you with my life story, but I'll kind of talk a bit more, and I'll probably do it in like different groups, so like bullying in one video, and then maybe have like sexuality in another one, and that kind of thing. But to end this video, I'm just going to say rest in peace, Robin Williams. You were an amazing man. You were so funny. You were one of my favourite actors. And I just hope that heaven is a much healthier and a more peaceful place than it is down here. But hopefully, in your memory, I've helped the world to gain just a little bit of peace. Rest in peace. You're a legend. Bye.